what is sentiment analysis? It is basically a way to rate a block of text as negative, neutral, or positive, and also maybe give a number rating like -2 or +5. Now, how does sentiment analysis work? Basically, you can have a lot of words, and some of them are positive and negative. Let's sort them into positive and negative. And now you can understand that some words have a stronger meaning than others. Like against is not as negative as fraud. And based on this, you can have a database of words and of how strong the word is. So the negative emoji is in this example rated as -1, the positive emoji is +1, a word as adorable is +3, a word as abusive is -3. So this is a basic example of a database that can be used for sentiment analysis. Here's another example, a list of emojis, and here's a text description of each of the emojis. And all these emojis can be rated based on the text description based on what is found here. Now, in the world of Ruby, there is a gem named sentimental that you can use to say whether a string is positive, negative, or neutral, and you can also give it an average score based on this kind of values. Now, the gem comes with its own data example. So we have the English words.json, and here's a library of words and how strongly positive or strongly negative they are. And in total, there are more than 18,000 words in this library. So let's see how the gem works. Here, I have already installed the gem in my application, gem sentimental, and I'm going to try to run it in the Rails console. So I will say Rails console. We've created the analyzer. Now it is empty. I'm going to load the default words library. So I will say analyzer load defaults. Now if we type analyzer, we have the defaults. We can say dot word scores dot count. There are 18,000 words that we are going to use for our analysis. And let's try analyzing something like analyze the sentiment. I love Ruby. I hate Java, for example. This one is strongly positive. This one is strongly negative. We can also analyze dot score. Analyzer dot score. I love you. 0.9. I hate him. Minus 0.43. This is based on the words love and hate that were found in the sentiment dictionary. Okay, now let's do something more practical. So here is the review page that I'm looking at as an instructor in Udemy. Previously, I used to create lots of Udemy courses before I started a YouTube channel. And here I have all my reviews. I exported them to CSV. I received the CSV as an email. I downloaded the CSV and put it into my Rails application in the /db/data. So here I have over 500 reviews that I have imported into my application, and each review has a rating that can be like 4 or 4.5 or 5, and many of them have comments. And based on the comments, I can perform a sentiment analysis on all my comments and see how many comments are positive, how many are negative, and how many are neutral. So let's try doing this. I will actually not code it all from the beginning. I'm going to run the run some commands that I have previously prepared to make things faster. So first of all, I will, as a warm-up, try to get all the ratings from all the reviews and get an average rating without doing the sentiment analysis. So I'm going to pause the CSV and get only the rating column. I'm going to save it as a float, and I'm going to have an array of all the ratings from the CSV. So let's run this. Ratings, we have 524 ratings, and we can get the average rating by summing them up and dividing them by their quantity. So in average, it's 4.5 out of 5. This is a very good rating, I think. Now let's get all the comments. So in a similar way, I'm just going to get all the comment rows. Okay, we have comments.count 113. And now we can do the sentiment analysis on all the 113 comments. So I will start with an empty hash where we'll have 0 positive, negative, and neutral. And I'm going to run the sentiment analysis on each of the comments. And based on what the analysis gives, positive, negative, or neutral, I'm going to increase the counter. So I run this analyzer, and you see it runs in basically instantly, because it doesn't get any external APIs. Like if you were running it with OpenAI, if you were sending each of these comments to OpenAI, for example, and getting the sentiment, it would take a bit longer and it would cost you money. So let's see, what is the average sentiment? Okay, you have 87 positive, 16 negative, and 10 neutral. Sounds quite good. Now let's get the average score. So to get the average score, I will just run not analyzer.sentiment, but analyzer score. And let's see the total score. It is 120, but it doesn't mean anything because we want to divide it by the amount of comments. So let's get the average score. It is positive 1.06. So I think it is quite good. And this is basically how you can use sentiment analysis. Now, I have to say that this data is not perfect. There are some issues here. For example, it says that not bad is negative when actually it is positive, so it could be better. You can find different databases of sentiments online. You can use them. You can add files for different languages. You would like need, if you're doing sentiment analysis on French text, you would need to have a library of French text. And again, it is a good approach that you can use if you don't want to use AI for this. So thanks for, well, AI as like ChatGPT or something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.